Purviz and Rusy Shroff have devoted much of their life to philanthropy. Among many of their charitable endeavors, Mr. and Mrs. Shroff have been long-time supporters of Mother's Choice, a well-established organization that helps young women in crisis pregnancies and finds loving homes for their children. Mrs. Shroff continues to support the Hong Kong Tuberculosis, Chest and Heart Diseases Association that has provided vital medical services to Hong Kong citizens for many years. Mr. Shroff had been on the board of the association for many decades and chairman for 17 years, overseeing many developmental projects, including the revamp of the Ruttonjee Sanatorium into what we know today as the Ruttonjee Hospital. For outstanding services to the community, Mrs. Shroff was the recipient of the Medal of Honor, and Mr. Shroff was awarded the Bronze Bauhinia Star by the Hong Kong SAR government. Aside from their philanthropy, the Shroffs have tirelessly supported Indian arts and culture in Hong Kong, including the landmark India by the Bay Festival at Asia Society Hong Kong, which introduces Indian dance, music, food, and literature to Hong Kong audiences. We are extremely privileged to honor Mrs. and Mr. Shroff tonight.
The names of Purviz Shroff and the late Rusy Shroff are synonymous with Hong Kong. They have dedicated a lifetime of community service to local hospitals and various charities, and established their own foundation, Rusy and Purviz Shroff Charitable Foundation, helping those in need in the city that they have come to call their home. Philanthropy, in service of the community, is at the very core of what they do. Their charitable efforts have benefited the elderly, chronic patients, people with disability, children, and the underprivileged community in Hong Kong, India, and around the world. To Mrs. Shroff in particular, Mother's Choice is very dear to her heart. Mother's Choice provides support to pregnant teenagers and their babies, and ensures every child is placed in the living family. As a longtime volunteer and now patron of the Hong Kong charity, she has cared for thousands of babies and helped hundreds of children find their forever home, uniting more families through the gift of adoption. In addition to their support to Mother's Choice for over 3 decades and longtime support of Hong Kong Society for the Protection of Children, among others, Mrs. and Mr. Shroff has set up scholarships and bursaries to give students, including those from ethnic minorities, the life-changing opportunity to pursue tertiary education. Mrs. Shroff is currently also continuing to support the vital work of the Hong Kong Tuberculosis, Chest and Heart Diseases Association that her husband had championed in his decade-long commitment to the association. Mr. Shroff joined the association as board member in 1972 and served as chairman from 1983 to 2000 and vice president from 2000 to 2017. During his long tenure, he was instrumental in major development projects, such as setting up the Kwok Tak Seng Heart Center and Grantham Hospital, making it a cardiac hospital of international acclaim, and planning and executing the redevelopment of Ruttonjee Sanatorium into the present-day Ruttonjee Hospital, offering the most advanced treatment to those in need. In recognition of his services to the association, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II appointed Mr. Shroff a member of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire in 1995. With his commitment to the association, Mr. Shroff reinforced the legacy of the Ruttonjees, another family committed to service in Hong Kong, and whose example has guided Mrs. and Mr. Shroff in their charitable endeavors. In addition to their tireless work in philanthropy, Mrs. and Mr. Shroff have been part of the Asia Society Hong Kong family for years. They have supported our arts and culture programming, and it is with this support that our annual Festival of India, India by the Bay, has become a landmark cultural, week-long festival promoting Indian culture in Hong Kong. It showcases Indian art, dance, music, film, literature, food, and more, reflecting the many facets of the multicultural identity of India, the country of birth of Mrs. and Mr. Shroff. We are honored to recognize Mrs. Shroff and the late Mr. Shroff for their support to Asia Society Hong Kong and their unwavering devotion to the people of Hong Kong.
May I first extend my heartiest congratulations to the Asia Society Hong Kong Center on its 10th anniversary. As a chocolate lover, I'd like to quote the famous movie line, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get." Asia Society is like a box of chocolates, a diverse community in which individuals of different races, ethnicities, and religious beliefs join together to promote collaborations across the fields of arts and culture and business and policy. It is an organization which will broaden your horizons and open your eyes, and you never know how it will broaden your mind. I genuinely believe that, in the 21st century, people of different colors and cultures should collaborate instead of disconnecting from each other. As we join together, we make the world a better place. Together we grow, glow, and shine. I wish Asia Society Hong Kong Center continued success in the years to come.